I'm a very nice puppy, so I was adopted by kind owners. He feeds me fresh, raw meat every day. I love everything about this home except that weird basement where there's always a weird smell. I was born on a warm day and lived with my mother until the cold blanket fell from the sky that day. I was taken to a place with only cold floors and wire cages. There, I met Bonnie. He was a tall, thin dog with a lame leg. Bonnie would never tell me how his leg was lame, but every night I could hear him wailing in pain. Then the woman in the white coat appeared, and he opened our gantry and put Bonnie on a leash. The woman in the white coat had wet eyes. Bonnie once told me that when he took a dog with wet eyes, then we would never see him, so I never saw Bonnie again. One day, a strange man came to visit us. He took a liking to me. His odorous hands briskly rubbed my head and touched my mutilated ears. He put me in the back seat of the car, which had black windows and a handkerchief scattered on the floor. The smell on the handkerchief was the same as the smell on the man's hand. Later, the man became my owner. I came to my new home and became friends with the family cat. The owner was very kind to us and fed us fresh meat every day. I loved everything about this home. The owner would occasionally take me for walks in the park. If he found a single person, the owner would order me to run to these people, and I would jump on them and they would pet me kindly. These people always like me, so the owner will put them in the trunk of the car. They will come back home with us. I am happy to have new friends in the house, but those people only stay in the basement and don't play with me. Sometimes I smell strange smells coming from the basement, and those smells make me feel uneasy. Yesterday afternoon, the owner and I went to the park again. When the beautiful girl was touching me, the owner stood behind him again. In an instant, the girl's originally smiling eyes became wet. That look reminded me of the woman in the white coat when Bonnie was taken away, which meant they were full of sadness and bad feelings, and they were doing things they didn't want to do. On the way home, I could hear the sound of the trunk rolling around and the sound of crying. That night, the girl screamed in pain from the basement, and I hid behind the couch, terrified, as if I knew what was happening to her down there. This morning, the man left, and the cat and I went into the basement. I found the girl, her eyes wide with fear. I ran over and licked her face, and salty water came out of his eyes. I knew what I had to do. I chewed on the ropes that bound him, and it took hours to let go of his hands and feet. I took the girl to my little door. The girl can escape from there. But at this time, the man came back too. I am a good puppy, and that's what my mother told me since I was a child. You idiot. I remember that this is what the cat said to me when it left, but I will not regret it. As a child, I was bitten off my ear by a big, vicious dog to protect my mother. Today, to protect the girl, I know that I can do the same because I am a good puppy.